Hey guys, it's Tracy. Just checking in with you. Thanks so much for letting me alter the time that we need to start. I had a last minute family thing come up that I couldn't get out of, so I thought I'm not going to cancel it. I just wanted to delay it. So thank you for being flexible. I've shifted gears a little bit here. I'm in my bedroom because it's the quietest place, and so hopefully I had some feedback that maybe it was a little bit echoey on our other ones because I was in my bathroom, and so hopefully this will work out better and stuff. So I feel like I've got a spotlight like right on my head from my bedroom. But thanks for hanging out with me tonight and jumping on our team training. It really is crucial to your business to jump into these trainings and to hear some tips and things maybe that you hadn't thought of before, and just to get that motivation that, I think to me it's just a weekly recharge when I get to talk to you guys and hang out with you. So hopefully we'll get to all of your questions today. There were some great questions that are on there. But I want to first start with just saying, you guys are off to a great start for June, but I do want to tell you that I have felt a little bit of that summer slowdown from some of you. And I really want to caution you. I know everybody's kids are home now and summer is in full swing, but don't let that become your excuse not to work your business. Actually use it as a reason that you can work your business, that your kids are home, you're not having to shuttle them out the door to school. And you can use them in your business as, these places that you go. You're going to take your kids to the park or the bowling alley or the swimming pool. All of those types of things are going to get you around other people and other moms and opportunities to talk about the business. So, like I said, I can definitely, I've been in this business 3 years, and I'm feeling that kind of sluggish feeling a little bit from some of you. Don't get that. Don't do that. Don't do that to your business, because we're really coming out of a huge momentum phase, and a lot of us can keep that going through the summer. For me, the summer has always been great. I promoted to Diamond in July when I did that. So I really want to urge you to keep pushing. That inconsistency in your business will kill you. It's so hard to get it, going back up and chugging along again if you shut it down, even for just a few days. You've got to stay consistent. I just can't even stress consistency. If you had to ask me one thing that has attributed, I could really attribute any sort of success that I've had to this, it would be my consistency. My newest distributor, I have known since I was about 11 years old, and she's finally coming into my business, and through social media we reconnected, and so I just can't even tell you how crucial, how critical it is that you remain consistent. Whatever it is you're doing, if it's parties, if it's blitzing, if it's social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, word of mouth follow up, whatever that is, you need to be consistent. I'm really excited that they've extended the Ruby bonus at the $500 this month. We're bringing more and more people on. The cruise has come into play, which a lot of you are chasing, and there's different ways to get points with that. Be sure to check your eSuite on that and all the different rules and how you earn points and things like that. These are all great promotions. The good bonus is still here for those who promote to Diamond and double and triple and whatnot, and all the way up through the end of June. So great time to be growing your business, not the time to let off the gas. In fact, it is the opposite. It is time to step on the gas so that we build huge momentum going into the fall and into the holidays. By the end of the year, it is really going to show later on in the year what you're doing right now. And you've got to be consistent on social media. If you are not using social media, meaning Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is you use, you are really missing out. There is a huge audience out there for you that you're not tapping into. And I'm not talking about just a post every few weeks. I'm talking about daily, consistent lifestyle posts, motivational quote posts, happy posts, before and afters, or what a product has done for you. It's really, really important, though, that you personalize these posts. I'm friends with a lot of you on Facebook, and so I see a lot of your posts. And I'm going to be honest with you, when you just put out a before and after with no explanation and wraps $59, or let's change your this or now, it's just not personable and it's not relatable. You've got to put that personal touch on it. How you relate to that before and after, if you don't know them, or if you do, that indicate that you do know them and you were thrilled to watch that result and how happy you were about that, or that you were able to use Wrap Cash for this purpose or this purpose, or if the greens have helped you accelerate your weight loss or give you energy or help you to not be sick throughout the past months or with your allergies or whatever the case is. You've got to personalize how you're using social media. So it's not just consistently using it, it's consistently using it well. That's the thing. We get better as we go along, but make sure you're copying the right cat. Go and find somebody that inspires you through social media and use their, use their posts. As long as you have permission to use their post, then go for it. I always like to copy the right people and make sure that, I'm consistent about what I'm doing. So really want to stress that if you want those bonuses, then you're going to have to be consistent. It's so much easier to keep running along at the pace you're going than it is to stop and start again. It's almost like having to relaunch your business. And launching is hard enough. You don't want to have to do it again. So do yourself a favor and keep going. I've got a challenge out today. I want everybody on the team to sign a loyal customer. We can do that through follow-up, through posting, through whatever the case may be. You want to sign one loyal customer today. I want to see how many people we can get on the board tomorrow. We've already got quite a few. You guys are doing great. But I want everybody to be on there. I want you to know when you set your mind to something and you put yourself out to do a task, that you do it and that you're capable of it and that you're intentional with what you're doing. Whether you got to call somebody, because that's what happened to me. Somebody commented and I said, I am so excited that you hit me up. I just challenged my team to get a loyal customer and I want to lead by example. Your timing could not be more perfect. And guess what? Boom, she went in because she knew she was, helping me out. I was helping her out, and it was a perfect situation. Don't tell me that you don't have somebody in your hundreds list or potentials that you need to follow up with that you can't do that with. I know you can't. So really, you got 3.5 more hours to get a loyal customer today. Do it. Do it because you said you were going to. Do it because you've been challenged to, and do it because it's going to grow your business. Okay, let's dive into your questions because there's quite a few. I've got my iPad here, so hopefully again I will make sure that I get to all of these questions. I know that there's quite a few, and in times past when I have my Facebook open to this screen about the Q&A screen, and maybe some have added on and I didn't see them, so I apologize if I do miss any, but we're going to dive right in. So let's say you join the business and you don't feel like you have a lot of friends. You don't have a big warm market. Well, I can tell you that this was me. I did not have much of a warm market at all. And let's be honest, for a lot of people, the warm market is actually kind of a tough market. And it isn't going to be where, a lot of your initial success comes from. For some people it is, and that is great. I mean, some people come into this with a well-established warm market, and all I have to do is pick up the phone and call their friends. And they're, oh yeah, sign me up. And it just seems to happen like that. Or you call your mom and your mother and your mother-in-law and your cousin and your sister-in-law, and they all sign up, and boom, you all take off, and it's amazing. But for most people, the warm market is not where it's at. So what do you do in that scenario? Well, for me, I turned to social media. I definitely was posting, and of course, that's kind of my warm market. But down the road, I started on Instagram. I was blitzing. I just didn't have a circle of people that I called and said, oh, hey, you're going to do this for me. My launch parties were small. And that's okay. But you are going to have to figure out a way to build a market. If you're not utilizing Instagram, I think that is another place that you might really be missing out. Most of my business is coming from Instagram right now. And there are lots and lots of videos that we have posted on the page about how to do it. And when you say I don't know anybody, well, you know what? I've got almost 7,500 followers. I don't know them either. But I built a following because I watched those videos. I learned how to do it. And you know what? It was a tedious process. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to get followers and to be consistent about posting and making sure that your feed is good and quality, that people are intrigued by you. But I was determined. I didn't have that warm market, so I had to create one. And I wanted this for my family. So I thought, okay, if everybody else is doing that, then I can do this too. I can have success outside of my warm market. Blitzing. Blitzing is another great way to expand a market that you maybe don't have. So go out to the store and wear your lanyard. Put a 50-cent lanyard around your neck with a Blitz card that says "Ask Me," and get their information. Say, I do a weekly drawing for a free wrap. Can I get your phone number and I'll let you know if you win, and I'll follow up with you. That is how you blitz. And you don't want to word vomit on them. You just want to say, hey, have you heard of this? And that's it. And most of the people are going to say no. If they have you tried it? It's just that simple. Yes, it's nerve-wracking. I still get afraid. I still walk away from situations that I know I should have blitzed in. I'm like, darn, why didn't I do that? And again, like we've said before, when it comes to blitzing, be more afraid that the person you did not blitz was your next rock star. Versus, instead of being so afraid of what they're going to say, or if they're going to give it back to you, or if you're going to be embarrassed or turn you down, be more afraid that they were your next rock star. And if you look at blitzing that way, and also look at it that you have something really great. You have this great product, you have this wrap that's amazing and helps so many people, and you have a great business opportunity, and you are sharing it. If you are looking at it that way, it's really not that difficult. And let me say it should make it easier. You got something really cool and you want to share it. It's almost selfish not to share it with people and let them decide if this is something that would interest them, a product or the business. And if they are not interested, that's okay. Move on. It's not a big deal. You're not going to die because somebody either didn't take your Blitz card, or maybe they said, what do you think, I'm fat? Or anything like that. If you're not going to die, because certainly that's not your intention. So blitz and share, and that is how you're going to build that market, especially as you are getting their contact information. I guarantee you, if they don't do it immediately, down the road, you probably have a customer, or they'll refer someone to you. So getting someone's information is key. I know it's a little scary in the beginning. Have a little post-it note or notebook with you so that you can quick and jot down, because most of the time you're in a hurry, when you're in those situations where you're blitzing. So those are a couple good ways to get out of your warm market. Also, ask people to host a party for you. Say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you have a few friends over and just, help me reach a goal, help me launch my business, whatever the case is. And, sometimes, I'm going to be honest, it's a little uncomfortable to ask somebody to host a wrap night for you. But if you'll do that, I guarantee you that your business will grow, because guess what happens when you have a room full of 3, 4, 5 women? You get usually 3, 4, 5 loyal customers, boom, in one night. You're halfway done with your steps to success in one night. So that's really another great way. Have your friends host a wrap night for you. Very simple, fuss-free night. And then that introduces you to their warm market. And then do this. Book parties off of parties. Here's a good idea for you. Put together a nice, cute, and inexpensive little hostess gift. Maybe it's a nice, pretty bag or a cheap little basket with their wrap, maybe a water bottle. Go load up at the dollar store. Get a few little things here and there. People love water bottles. They just love freebies. Maybe some samples, some greens, things like that. And make it look really cute and make sure everyone knows that that's what your hostess is getting that night. The free wrap. If you have anything to throw in there, you knock yourself out. But you don't have to make it super expensive. We do not want anybody putting a lot of money out of up front to do that. So there's another good idea. Book parties off of parties. It's a great way. Maybe give them $5 off their wrap again if they booked a party that night. And so that's another piece of advice. And again, parties have not been a huge thing for me, but I'm going back to that. And when you really think about how easy it is to boom, 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 knock your steps out, maybe even in one night if you get some distributors and team members or customers as well. That's how you do it. You've all of a sudden branched out from your market into someone else's market, and that's the key. Grow your circle, blitz, social media. That's how you get outside that when you don't feel like your family and friends are going to support you. Okay. How to bring the business or products up with people. This can be tricky sometimes, and it's why I like social media, because it's much more pull them in versus shoving it down somebody's throat. So, obviously you want to be consistent with your posting, but to me, I don't just straight bring the products up to somebody. People know what I do through my posts, through what I wear, through conversations that I have. Oh, I love this product. The Hair, Skin, and Nails made my hair grow. But I don't just say, hey, you want to be a customer? Hey, you want to, I don't, very rarely do I just go straight to somebody. I build relationships and I compliment people. I'm very active in complimenting other people and saying something nice on somebody else's maybe Facebook feed or wall. Let me give you a little bit of a hint. Here's how Facebook works. When you are liking, sometimes it seems like when you have all your distributor friends on social media, that your whole wall is filled with distributors and things like that. So let me give you a tip. For 30 days, don't like any other distributor's post. Don't do it. It's tempting because you want them to know you saw it in your downline and things like that, but don't do it. And go comment on other people's outside non-HitWorks people. Go comment on their stuff and watch what happens. Watch your wall start to change. And all of a sudden, it's not filled with distributors anymore because what you're commenting on and engaging on, you're telling Facebook what to put in your wall and what you're seeing. And if all we're doing is liking and commenting on our distributor friends' posts, then that's what we're going to see. Think about it. You probably have hundreds and hundreds of friends. Well, you're not seeing all of their stuff. You know why? Because you're liking and you're telling Facebook, I want to see her stuff and her stuff and her stuff. So test this out. For 30 days, don't like any distributor's posts. Go comment on other non-HitWorks people's posts and see what happens. So two things are going to happen there. They're going to show up in your feed. You're going to get in their memory all of a sudden. They're going to be like, hey, I wonder what she's up to. And they go to your page. And when they go to your page, guess what they need to see? They need to know for a fact that you are an HitWorks distributor. They need to see positivity. They need to see excitement about what you're doing. They don't need to see the funny story or the inappropriate e-card or the rant about the traffic or the rant about some butthole that cut you off, or they don't need to see any of that, or I've been so sick, or I've been. They need to see happiness, okay? I don't want to tell you what to do on your social media wall, but I'm going to. If you want to use social media, I have a lot of people come to me saying I did this, not getting the success I wanted. The first thing I do is I go to your wall, and I can usually pinpoint one of two things. You're either not doing anything at all, and I wouldn't even know you were an HitWorks distributor, or you're negative, and maybe you're using something that's not inspiring or uplifting, or maybe it's even inappropriate. Some of the stuff I see from our team, I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm appalled. And you have to make the decision. We all have bad days. We all have, bad things happen to us during the day. But you have to decide which one do you want more. Do you want the attention that it grabs by putting out your crappy day on Facebook? Or do you want to use Facebook as a successful tool to build your business? You have to decide which one you want more. Okay, we're kind of getting stuck up on a lot of this stuff, so I'll keep moving. How to sign loyal customers and distributors before you know what you're doing. This is a good one because we have a lot of new people on our team. And there's a great video, and if you haven't watched it yet, I want you to look it up. It's about 10 or 11 minutes long from Lisa Fuller and Ambassador Diamond. And I put the link on there the other day, and we'll make sure that you can find it. But it's about how to get started quick. Everybody has those few people in their life where they can say, hey, I'm really excited about this business I just started. Would you be willing? Would you be willing to support my business and try a product for 3 months? That's typically not how we approach people. But I can tell you, I called my mom, my mother-in-law, my sister, my brother, and I said, hey, would you be willing to? And guess what? Boom, 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 boom. When I decided to get started, those customers were there because I asked. That's one of the ways. Also, call your best friend and say, I don't know what I'm doing here totally, but I know that I'm going to make some money with this. I'm really excited about it. What's the worst that could happen? $99 to jump in. I want you to come do this with me. This would be so fun to work together. Okay, just those simple things. Make your hundreds list. It's really key. Put anybody you know on that list. And then kind of divide them up with somebody that you think might host a party for you. Maybe they're a fun person and are always up for having some girls over. Divide maybe somebody you know that's looking to make extra money. If someone says, I need a job, I'm looking for this, message and say, hey, were you serious? Because I think I might have something for you. You just have to start watching and opening your ears and being aware of what people are looking for. But if you don't ask, it's never going to happen. And so I'm not saying that the answer is going to be yes all the time. In fact, it'll be no more than it is yes. But if you never ask, it's always no. So you have to learn to ask. You have to get more and more comfortable getting outside of your comfort zone and just asking people. I get shot down all the time. But guess what? I find people too. So you have to really put yourself out there a little bit. It's okay to be uncomfortable just a little bit, because you might get a yes in a surprising place. You might get a yes from someone who initially even told you no. But and that can come down the road through time with your consistency. So in those beginning days, have a launch party. Critical to the successful start of your business. Have a launch party. If it's small, that's okay. Ask somebody to host a party for you. Call up a few favors if you have to help get those first 4 loyal customers. Ask people, that are looking for some additional funds to just join your business. Go out there and be bold and ask. That's one of the best pieces of advice I can give you when you're first starting. Call your sister. Everybody's got a brother or sister. Say, hey, would you help me get my business off the ground? And you know what? Most of them are going to be okay with that. So, let's see here. How to incorporate your business in your day-to-day activities. We did talk about that a little bit. How to promote quickly. One of the things I would suggest to you is spending time with your runners. If you've got somebody that you never hear from, that you're always the one initiating the conversation, I can tell who my runners are. Because guess what? They text me. They hit me up. I'm not the one that's constantly having to, coax them along and get them going. And you know what a runner is? Somebody who gets it, somebody who wants it, and they don't need you to constantly be encouraging them and asking them what they're up to and how's their week going. That's not a runner, okay? A runner is someone who's hitting you up and say, I got this, I got that. Oh my gosh, I've got a girl interested. Hey, can you go to this party with me? Hey, can you help me out with this post here? That's a runner. Somebody who's done their training, that's a runner. But somebody who just sits back and kind of waiting for this to happen and you're the one that's always hitting them up, maybe they're just at a walking pace, and that's okay. We're all going to have those people that move a little slower. But if you want to go fast, then you give someone and you challenge them to come in and to get their first 4 loyal customers. We heard in Kansas City at Airworks University, our ambassador Lori Conway said, challenge them to get it in 72 hours. See if they can do that. So you have 30 days. Don't wait 30 days. 72 hours. Go get your loyal customers in 72 hours. Challenge them to do that. And then challenge them to plug into the page. Challenge them to get their training done. Challenge them to go ask people to join this business with them. And then all of a sudden, here's what I do. When somebody comes into my business and they're new themselves, let's say, the biggest and best advice I can give you on that is get your enroller in front of them. And if your enroller's new, if I sign somebody who immediately turns around and signs somebody, then I'm responsible for both of you and helping you get going and knowing how to explain the business to people. So I strongly suggest getting on the phone with whoever it is that's interested in your business and with your upline, with your diamond double or whatever the case may be, sideline or anybody that can explain the business. That is, to me, a very key piece of what you can do. When I have somebody new, I really want them to get me in front of as many people as possible. So because I've been around long enough, I know how to explain the business and answer objections, questions, concerns, or fears. And that's just stuff that comes with time. So if you want to grow fast, get in, get started, schedule your launch party, do your training, get your first 4 loyal customers, ask people to join the business, and get them training with you. That's how you go quickly, is to do stuff like that. Okay, and that, the same thing goes along for another question when you're going for a huge promotion. When you're going for a promotion, you're going to have to do things that you have not done before. You're going to have to get on the phone and you're going to have to say, hey, and tell people, I'm going for a huge promotion. Would you do me a favor? Would you be willing to have 4 or 5 ladies over to try the wrap and to have a little, sample night at your house? You're going to have to do it. If you're going for a big promotion and you need a lot of volume, you need those loyal customers. So that's how you're going to do that. Maybe somebody can host an online party with you. through Facebook, or just anything like that. If you're going for a big promotion, you're going to have to eat, sleep, and breathe this business. If you're trying to really push a lot of things through it in 1 month, and the steps to success isn't going to cut it for you in 1 month, then you're going to have to get out of that zone. You're going to have to be blitzing every day. You have to be following up with people every single day. Go back to all of your leads that you have had, and really, really push. So it's a lot of people, those promotion months, they're crazy, they're insane, but they're worth it because of the next promotion that you get yourself to in a business. Really going to have to stretch out of that comfort zone. You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to miss some of your kids' games. You're going to miss some sleep. You're going to miss your TV shows. You're going to miss some family time. You are going to have to sacrifice. That's the biggest word I can think of to explain what you're going to have to do especially in a promotion month. But in these early times in your business, you are going to sacrifice if you want those bigger numbers. Where to look for vendor events? Definitely be Googling vendor events. The fall will be here before you know it, and most high schools, Catholic schools, lots of those places have events. So be Googling that, and there's sometimes Facebook pages that can help you, but I just Google expos and things like that in my town, and just keep looking for them. That's how I found all of the events that I've ever done. Just keep your eyes and ears open, and especially as you've grown your market, I know that there's other people that work for other network marketing companies that know different shows and invite me to do them. So meet other people. Ask your Jamberry rep, hey, do you have any shows that don't have a networks rep? Things like that. Google, asking around, watching for signs that they start to put on the corner, calling the schools. That's another good suggestion, and doing that. Let's see here. As you're new, what to do when it seems no one is interested. I can tell you that I've heard this. I hear this all the time. Everybody is broke, and I've asked everybody, and nobody's interested. Well, here's what I can tell you. That this person, everybody, must have been asked to rap 3 bazillion times, because you've all asked it. I've asked everybody to rap. Well, who's everybody? You seriously have asked everybody to rap? Really? Have you really? I want you to be honest with yourself. Maybe you asked your best 10 friends, and none of them wanted to. So that's everybody? That's not everybody. And nobody's interested? Who's nobody? He must be super disinterested, because that's what a lot of people tell me. Nobody's interested. If you are determined enough, they're out there. They are out there. Don't you dare come and say nobody's interested and everybody's this or everybody. I've already asked everybody. No, you haven't. I put a really great post that I loved out from Ambassador Diamond Ashley Sinclair about what if you commit to asking at least 1 to 3 people a day about your business. That's 100 people a month. 100 people a month. And you guys need to go track that post down on the page from what she said. But if you really commit to doing that, how many people you will have asked by the end of the year? 1,000 people. You are not going to get 1,000 no's, whether it be a stranger or someone you know, or a family member, a friend, a high school friend, a cousin, a family member, whatever the case may be. 3 people a day. Reach out to them in different ways and present something to them. You will not get 1,000 no's. Can you imagine if you have asked 3,000 people to look at something in your business? I can't even imagine if we all committed on that level, what would happen to your teams, to our team in general. It would just blow your mind. So don't give up. People are looking for you to come into this business and give up. 99% of the people in your life that you know expect this to be one of those things. That, oh, she's going to be, everybody comes in and they're excited and they think, oh my gosh, this is it. This is going to make me rich. And you even maybe get success with a couple customers. And then what? Then what happens? You don't get any more, and like, oh, nobody's interested. That's not true. That's your perception of what's true. It just means you need to increase the number of people that you're asking, the number of people that you're coming into contact with. That's what that means. This is a numbers game. And the more you ask, the more you'll get a yes. And there's no big secret to it, except it just boils down to the numbers. Okay. why we should all be charting. Everybody should be charting. And what charting is looking at your next promotion. If you're a branded distributor, executive, and Ruby are what need to be on your mind. So you need to get with your enroller and find out, okay, what do I need to get to the next level? What do I need to get to Ruby? With the Ruby bonus on the line, for those of you that have joined in the month of June, you have until August 31st to go Ruby to earn your $500 cash bonus. So you need to know what it takes to get to Ruby. There's some great Ruby to Ruby videos that we have put out on the page for you to watch, and you need to make sure that your enroller has showed you that or tagged you in that, or you've searched it out on YouTube. Man, I'm telling you, if I can't find something, when I was new, I was searching YouTube, and I was Googling it, and I was finding what I was looking for. Notice I said I was doing it. I was proactive. I wanted this business to work for me, so I was seeking out the information. So be doing that. But charting, everybody needs to be charting. You need to be aware of what it takes to get to the next promotion. You need to be aware of what an executive and a Ruby and a diamond look like so that you know how to build. You know, an executive is two people under you, two distributors with 400 of volume. And that volume coming from loyal customers, personal orders, and auto ships. And then a Ruby, just keep in mind that everybody needs to be charting, and that's something that you need to get with your enroller, because we're not going to go into detail about the charting tonight. So we could go on and on and on about that. What does a normal day look like? For me, one of the first things I do when I wake up, obviously, you know, most people have their phone in their hands within just a few minutes of waking up. I check what messages or notifications that have come in overnight, which I'm always hopeful that somebody's messaged me, or, you know, I've gotten some good piece of information. But I follow people on Instagram. I post the picture. Our social media guru, John Eric Moser, said that, you know, most people are looking at their Instagram or social media accounts first thing in the morning. So be the early bird. Get there and get that inspirational quote. A lot of people love to start their days out like that. That's a good, you know, I always try to do an early morning post if I can. You know, I start my day early. I post on the page, the team page to you guys pretty early if I can. And I kind of plan my day out. You know, I never totally know what my day is going to look like, because if a loyal customer, somebody messages me or hits me up about something, then that's what I want to do. Be careful how you're spending your time. The bigger your team gets, the more you'll find that you can get caught up in senseless Facebook conversations and mindless Facebook scrolling. That stuff does not make you money. Be aware of what is sucking your time. Your time is the most valuable asset that you have. And everything that you're doing, you need to ask yourself, is this growing my business? I love this girl, but having this big, long conversation with her, is that growing my business? No, then don't do it. You say, you know, or cut it short. Is scrolling through Facebook and just looking at all the posts growing your business? No, it's not. You've got to be more intentional. Let's say I'm going to follow up with this many people. I'm going to talk to this many distributors. I'm going to send out this many messages to new people. I'm going to follow up with these 4 loyal customers. I'm going to post 2 to 3 times here. I'm going to follow this many people. That's what you need to be doing on a daily basis, consistently, every single day. So that's what a normal day looks like to me. I never totally know what it's going to look like. It's one of the things I love about my business too. So, see if there's anything else that I can do. We've answered a lot of questions. I think, you know, we're a little bit over time, so we're going to kind of start to wrap up here. If I didn't catch any of your questions, please let me know, and I could definitely answer those on a personal level. But like I said at the beginning, I really want to stress, I want you to push through June. I want you to, if it's not happening for you, then you go make it happen. If you've gotten off to a slow start and you don't have anybody, you know, if you want your team to turn around and do the steps to success, then you need to do your steps to success. Pay attention to whose name is on the list and see who is signing people. And those are the people that you need to be copying, because clearly they're doing something right. They're adding to the business. They're adding more customers. I see all of these names. I call them repeat offenders. And I know that you're working hard. You're not the one messaging me saying, oh, this isn't working, nobody's interested. Now, you know what you're doing? You're putting money where your mouth is, and you're putting people into your business. I'm not saying that you have to sign people every day. If we're looking to complete the steps to success every month, the 4 loyals, 3 distributors, you're not going to sign people every day. I realize that. But you need to be making sure that you're putting that effort in and planting those seeds, filling that pipeline, so that you can, when a day like today comes and you have some fences, or you know, you have 10, 15 people, you say, hey, I'm trying to do this, would you, it's today the day. You know, something like that. So just make it happen. Again, you've got 3 hours to go find that loyal customer just because you said you would, because you've been challenged to do it, and you know that if you put your mind to something, you can do it. I know there was a lot of other things that I had on my mind to talk to you guys with about tonight, but I wanted to make sure that we got your questions answered, and I like to keep these as close to half an hour as possible. You guys, you should know that each and every one of you really matters to me. Okay, I don't care what level you are, how long you've been in the business, whether you've promoted or you haven't. Each and every one of you means something to me, whether we know each other really well or not. Your success is important to this team, and I want you to stay plugged in. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to know that if you will dedicate 3 to 5 years of your life consistently to this business, that it's going to change your life. If you are doing it the right way, if you are growing yourself and attempting to grow your business every day, you almost can't fail. But you've got to believe in yourself, and you have got to take quitting off the table. You have got to flip that switch in your brain and say, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to let anything get in my way. I know this business works. I know these products work. Don't let people who don't believe in your opportunity and don't believe in the products, don't let them derail you. Just brush them off. Unfollow them. If I have somebody who's not positive on my Facebook feed, including some of the distributors, I have to say, they get unfollowed because I don't want it filling up my wall. I'm staying focused. I want you to stay focused. And above all, I want you to believe in yourself. Too many of you give up too soon. You give up on yourself. You give up on this business. And why? Because you got some no's? Maybe because you had a hater? Maybe because somebody unfriended you? So what? Don't realize, you guys will not believe how much you personally will grow in this business. Most of you didn't come into the business for personal growth. That's not really a reason that most people I talk to have come into the business. But it's definitely one of the best side effects. And you realize what you're capable of when you start to dive in and do things that you've not done before. And you really stretch yourself and trying to learn how to get better, how to talk about the products better, how to listen to what people are saying to you, how to answer objections, how to address fears, you know, and people coming into the business. So above everything else, know this business model works. Period. End of story. It works. If you will do the steps to success and you will train a team to do the steps to success, it works. And I really want you to do that. Stay plugged into the page. There's great stories in there, great tips. I want you to make sure that on Facebook you are following Pam Souter, Mark Pentecost, Mike Patillo, Madra Jones, Lisa Fuller, Ashley Sinclair. I'm sure that Jade Hooper is another really good one. Some great videos for you to be following. I want you to subscribe to their YouTube channels. When we put a video out on Facebook from YouTube, subscribe to that channel so that when they put a new video up, you see it. And the answers to a lot of your questions are there in that stuff, and the motivation that you need and things like that. Everything you need to be successful in this business is already here. The only thing that you have to do is keep going and believe in yourself. So we will see you guys, or talk to you guys in a week on our team call next week, and then see you back here on YouTube in 2 weeks. Talk to you guys later.